If you've been playing Marvel Rivals in this last split since 5.5, you have known the game has felt terrible, like genuinely awful. But that's because of the meta and the balancing of the game. Regardless of role, tank, DPS, support, whatever you want to play, it is all of your issues and all of your complaints are because of the balancing. Since season 5.5 started, I've been playing a lot of tank and support just to get a broader perspective of everything within the game. That way I'm not just a random DPS player complaining about the state of both the other roles without ever touching them. So we're gonna go over each role and what changes I think need to be made to specific characters, not the whole role, to fix the issues of the game. We gotta start with what I think is the biggest blatant issue of the game right now, is how strong some of these supports are. Now, when I say some, I'm talking about specifically two characters that just dominate this role, and if you do not ban them, are in every game: Gambit and Invisible Woman. Now, the biggest perpetrator has to be Remy LeBeau, Gambit. Now, this hurts my soul a little bit. I do got Lord Gambit. I got plenty of hours on this character, and he one of my favorite characters in general. But this character has just made the fun levels of the game for a lot of people drop significantly. We have to start with his ult. His ult is single-handedly the most broken thing this game has ever released, and I don't believe it's close. His ult has everything you could dream of. It has not only a damage boost from the explosions on his card that multiply with the ticks. So say you're playing Rogue, for example, you use her pull ability, it is going to multiply with those ticks. On top of that, it gives a movement boost, jump boost, ultimate acceleration of 30%, by the way. Not just like a random 5, 10, 30% ultimate charge boost. And then great healing on top of that. I then forgot to mention, for some random reason, I don't know why I'm going to Xeon, they just said, fuck it, let's ball. The ultimate explodes. So just with each use of his ultimate, you just get to run the other team down. Unless they have another Gambit ult to counter yours, you just get to run the other team down. Depending on like your communication with your team, you can kill through most support ults. Even another Gambit ult, if you pop first and you get that advantage, you can low-key run down their other Gambit before he gets a chance to ult. Like, this ult is just ridiculous. It's literally whoever pops it first just wins that fight. Now, onto his base kit. His base kit is also just extremely overtuned to like a ridiculous degree. His healing card, not only does it give you a literal Adam Warlock heal, but better, by the way. He also has a cleanse that can stop a lot of tank ultimates, such as Doctor Strange, Groot. If you playing any character that has a CC ultimate, he's basically a must ban. He's a must ban regardless of who you playing, to be quite frank. But if you playing any character like Groot, Strange, anything like that, he's a must ban for that ability alone. His damage card, while giving you a boost to your primary fire's damage, also has an anti-heal version and a CC knockback version. Now onto his dash and his slam. Both these abilities alone, I think, are perfectly fine. Leave them the way they are. However, when you use the dash and then the slam, he does this spin dash that takes you, when on a baseline, 10 meters. Now, if you press the dash and then slightly delay the use of his slam, it will take you even further, going 20 meters. On top of that, you can use the ability twice back to back. Also, while it heals you and anybody who you pass through with the spin. Along with that, he also has a great team up with the best tank in the game and a character who I suspect is going to get buffed in the next patch, Rogue, who I think she's already good. I've been playing her a lot. I already got her lorded. I think she's already pretty good, and I suspect she's going to get buffed next patch. And he has a team up with both of them that is extremely good. The character just has so much in his kit. So what changes do I think he needs to bring him more in line with the rest of the game? We're gonna start with his ult again. First, I think we should decrease the healing on his ult just a tad. Now, I've seen a lot of people say remove the healing on his ult completely. In the current state of the game and the way support ultimates work, I just don't see a way where you completely remove the healing on his ult and it still brings as much value as all the other support. So basically, I'm not saying remove anything from the ult. I think the Gambit as a character should always be good, as he is a support that encourages a lot of skill expression. So his ult, I think you should pull back everything. So I want the movement speed increase, it should be decreased. The jump boost, decreased or removed. That I can really like. It's just like, why? The card explosion at the end of the ultimate can also be removed. Okay, maybe I am down for removing a lot of this stuff, because a lot of it is pointless. Why is the ultimate charge acceleration 30%? Either, I'm not gonna say remove it altogether, because I think there's a cool concept. I think him and Cap are the only two people who just give ultimate acceleration, which I think is cool. So I would say pull it back to maybe like 5 or 10%. His jump boost can be removed. I don't really care, as long as everything else gets pulled back. The movement speed should be decreased. The healing should be decreased. The damage takes, I think that's fine, whatever. But if you pull back the numbers on everything in his ultimate and then increase the time it takes him to get it, because he can farm his ult back extremely fast. So you need to pull back. Like, they tried doing it last patch, but they gave him a slap on the wrist and it was only like 2,000. Psylocke had got more time slapped onto how long it takes to get her ult than he did, and I think that's just egregious. But if you pull back everything on it, I think his ult becomes a lot more in line with everybody else. His base kit, I don't want to overly nerf it. I think you can maybe pull back his healing numbers a bit on his primary fire. Another idea I had was you increase the spread on his cards, so that way you are forced to play more into the fight, giving you more, you're more vulnerable, so you have to think about your actions a lot more. So if you just increase the spread of the cards, so you have to be closer up on your tanks, your DPS, anybody, you're not as in a safe position, so you have to think about just a lot more things, increasing the skill expression on the character even further. His spin dash should not take you 20 meters in any way, shape, or form, right? I feel like it should always be 10 meters regardless of when you press the second activation, Soda Slam. It should always take you 10 meters. I also think it should not heal you. If you're going to use the dash, it should be to get away, not provide you with healing as you're getting away. He already has enough self-sustain in his kit that giving him healing on that dash, it just serves no purpose. You can pop a card and get the passive heal as you're spinning away. Like, he doesn't need the healing on that. I just think it makes it harder for him to get punished. All of these changes together, I think you can leave it like that. If he's still extremely broken, you can revisit him. But I think all of this will pull him more in line with the rest of the game, and he shouldn't be too crazy after that. Now, on to our second character in the support role, who I think is just disgusting, Invis. Now, before we get to her, if you enjoyed the video so far, I would appreciate it if you give me a like, subscribe if you really fuck with the video. But hey, even if you disagree with me, anything I'm saying so far, leave a comment. I'm down to talk. I'm down to discuss any other changes or any changes that you might have. Now, on to Invis. This character, like, as much as I hate Gambit and as much as Gambit changes the game, Invis is easily my most hated character in this game. Like, genuinely, why? Okay, let's go back in time a little bit. There was a time in which I thought Invis was such a fair and honest character that I was like, every time I had to feel support, because God knows, like 2 seasons ago, I hated feeling support. Like, it really like was the bane of my existence. When I had to feel support, I would always play Invis. She was such a fair and honest character, and I thought she was such a cool character and she took a lot of skill. I just thought she was cool, so I played her then. I still play her now, but this character, the skill expression on this character has dropped so far from what it used to be. It's truly sad. Like, as she stands right now, Sue has no exploitable weakness in any part of her kit. Her self-sustain, now that she has her self-shield, is just crazy. You can be so far out of position and still survive because you have your self-shield, and you can stall anybody on you long enough that you can just jump away and go invisible. At some point, she has so much damage She doesn't even need to run away. She can stand on her shield and fight off people. There's literally a clip of a top 500 player, team captain on Thor, the king of 1v1s, losing to Invis. Like, if you don't think that's a problem, I really don't know what to say to you. Now, because Gambit is the newest character, well, was the newest character before Rogue, I think we had to go a little bit more in depth to balance him. But to balance Invis, just revert her to what she used to be. And at the very least, if you don't want to remove all the buffs that you gave her, just take away the self shield. Like that, it was such a dumb change to give her a self shield. Now, I seen a lot of people saying before she got it, oh, she should be able to shield herself. But look at what she does now. She's quite literally unkillable at points. If you just remove the self shield and make it so she has to play more in line with her team, I think it will be fine. You can still go further and adjust her because I believe they buffed literally everything in her kit. Her primary goes further. Her push goes further. Her vortex is like stronger or something. Like, just dumb changes overall. So just revert Sue to what she used to be, and I think she will be perfectly balanced again. Now, before we get to the DPS, I do have a honorable mention that I want to throw in the support category. Luna Snow, giving herself Flake and a hit scan snowball was such an incredibly dumb change. Instead of nerfing Gambit and Invis last patch so that Luna is more played, you decided let's buff Luna. Now, I do think her survivability before was extremely low. And I do think she doesn't have the best survivability still. I think Gambit and Invis both still have more than her. But just tune them down. Why are we giving characters ways to be better against what they're weak at? I think that is the biggest design flaw that Mark Rivals has right now. They are catering, not catering to specific players. They're catering to sports. But they're buffing characters against what they're weak to instead of giving emphasis to change characters or just adapt. So yeah, go on Xeon. If y'all really feeling nice, if y'all really want to appease y'all community, take away either the instant snowball or the self flake. I really don't care which one or the other. Just like why. Now onto the DPS. Really, I shouldn't even say DPS because this section is about one individual and one individual only. Matt Murdock, Daredevil, bro. Guang Xeon. Let me talk to y'all again, right? Y'all cook with this character. He is probably my second favorite character to ever release into this game kit wise, behind Rogue. Y'all cooked. His kit extremely fun. However, this character is so insanely busted. Daredevil is the reason why we have the game right now in the state that it is. Invis got buffed because of Daredevil. Gambit is tuned to fit a game where Daredevil exists, and everybody else just got left behind. So realistically, instead of blaming the supports, let's all blame Daredevil. And I mained him. I have like 80 hours on this character. Daredevil is to blame for all of our problems. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Let's all direct a lot more hate. Now, he does get a lot of hate already. Let's direct more hate at Daredevil, bro. The character was so broken that he forced them to buff the supports. I lied. He didn't force them to buff them. They just had to nerf Daredevil. But they took that direction because of him. Now, to bring him more aligned into the rest of the game, why does he get overshield for every ability, even if he misses? He's literally a tank. He's a tank character in a DPS role. Now, I know there's a lot of hybrid characters like Fantastic, Wolverine, I guess, that you can say is like tank DPS hybrids. This character is a mobile tank. That doesn't even make sense. Why is there a tank that's this mobile, can see through walls, and never loses a 1v1? Are we that ass? Are we that ass? It doesn't make sense. Why can a character pick any fight he takes with extreme caution and win them all? It doesn't, I don't know. I don't get it. Now the changes I want to him, because I'm not for just gutting characters off rip. I think you tune a character and then you just do what you need to in that next patch. So what I want for this next patch, we need to tune down the amount of overshield he gets on every ability he does. His slam, his throw, both need changes to how much overshield they give you in general. They also need to hit. They should hit for you to get that overshield. You should not get overshielded for just doing Devil's Throw. That doesn't make sense to me. And another character who we gonna get to next also gets the same thing for missing abilities. We gonna get to him though. But just stop that in general. Stop giving characters overshield for missing abilities. A lot of people are also gonna say decreases uptime, which I'm also not against that idea either. I think we should decrease his uptime, but we need to decrease it in a way where he doesn't just become Black Panther, bro. I don't want to play Black Panther. Please, don't just figure out Guang figure out a way to nerf his uptime in a way that he's still fun. For like, I used to main Torch. I stopped playing Torch because they gave his up, like, he just sits in the air doing nothing. I don't want to sit doing nothing for like a whole portion of the fight. Please, just figure out a way to nerf his uptime without doing that, and I think we'll be fine. Now on to who I was talking about before. The Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Please, why does he get overshield for pressing abilities? Guang and Zeong, I keep talking to y'all because I have a problem with y'all, bro. Stop giving characters overshield for doing nothing. Why does Bucky throw a ball and get overshield? Why does he tap his hook and get overshield? Why does he uppercut me, ground me, and get overshield? It doesn't make sense. Why do you get overshield for ulting? Every time you press the ultimate, you get overshield. He gets overshield for existing. Stop. This is why characters are busted the way they are. They do nothing and get value. Stop doing that. Also, if we really feeling like, great people, can we remove the earth pound on his uppercut? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? He was already anti-dive God, anti-dive Jesus. Why did we buff Jesus? Hello? Are we okay? Stop, bro. Stop giving characters random shit for no reason. Nobody said let's buff Bucky. Nobody point me to the nigga who said that. Please, point me to him. I'm genuinely so curious as to who said it. But yeah, nerf Bucky till it's backwards, please. Now these next two characters I'm gonna talk about at the same time because shit, they're basically the same character, just slightly different. And the video is getting mad long and we need to wrap this shit up. Phoenix and Hela. Hela has been like phenomenal since this game started. She had one season where she fell a little bit behind, and that's because Phoenix came out and had melee tech and all that. Please, bro, like, if Hela is going to be able to two-tap me from across the map, why does she get a broken-ass Namor team-up? Why did we think that was cool? And why didn't we buff her again by giving her bird, making her bird instant and giving it overshield? We're back on the topic of overshield. I don't know if we noticed, every character I have named just has like stupid survivability or gets overshield, which why do we do this? Anyways, revert that bird change, or if we're going to make the bird instant, take away the overshield. Dumb changes. And nerf Namor team up. I don't know what you do to it, just please nerf it, bro. Like, I don't know why one of the best characters in the game also gets one of the best team ups. I don't know. I feel like we should gauge team ups based on how strong the character is. I just feel like that makes more sense. Now, Phoenix, the character, she's just so overly versatile. She can fit into any team comp in any situation. She's a poke character. She has pretty good range. Not as much range as Hela, but pretty good range. Insane survivability. Let's talk about this. They gave BP's dash a trail. Cool change, I guess. BP's still terrible, but like cool change, I guess. Why does Phoenix's teleport, omnidirectional teleport, by the way, why doesn't that have a trail? That it just doesn't make sense to me. Why does that not have a trail? She can go anywhere behind me, in front of me, to my left, to my right, above me. Why does that not have a trail? I just feel like that makes sense. Yeah, that's really like the main change I want for Phoenix. Like, give the teleport a trail. The character's still gonna be busted, but like, please, just at least give me that. Now, on to the tanks. We gotta talk about Magneto. Magneto has been a top 3 tank since release. And then in a random season, we just decided, let's buff Magneto. I'm just a little bit confused. Why? Why did we give him 2 bubbles? It's just like, I'm a little bit curious as to why we did that. But only change I would really want, if we're gonna give him 2 bubbles and leave him with 2 bubbles, I think him having 1 was fine, because it gave him, you had to think about who you place your bubble on and why. If we're gonna give him 2, just increase the cooldown. It's pretty simple, I think, for him. Just give him more time to be played around. Like, I've been maining him this season. I give a bubble to myself and to my teammate whenever I feel like it. There's not much thought behind it. I'm just negating damage over and over and over. Please, just increase the cooldown. Now, this character, I don't know why he does not get more hate than he does right now. We got to talk about Groot, bro. I feel like Groot is a top 2 tank right now, and nobody acknowledges it. Why did we give him a wall? Again, we're buffing characters into their counters. Wolverine was a phenomenal counter for Groot. I still don't think he's bad into Groot, but he was like, if a Groot is running the lobby, you go Wolverine to stop him. Why did we give him a CC immune wall? I don't know. Why did we do that? Again, like I've said, I don't know a lot in this video, but genuinely, I don't know why we made a lot of these changes that we did. Why did we give Groot a CC immune wall when his weakness was CC? You see what I'm saying? Like, why are we buffing characters into their weaknesses? Just make them stronger at what they're strong at. It just makes more sense. But that's all I really had to say. If y'all enjoyed the video, I appreciate y'all for watching. The recording of this is like 20 some minutes. I don't know how y'all stayed through this video, but I appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all enjoyed. Y'all had to if y'all sat through this whole yap session of me just ranting about characters I think are dumb. If y'all fuck with me, I stream on Twitch a lot. I'm lying, but I'm gonna stream more. I promise, I'm gonna stream more. I stream at Chaotic with an X, so CHXOTIC. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the description. I appreciate y'all for watching, though. Catch y'all later in the next one. Peace.